All right, today I want to bring you a video from Vox. They were showing this on the MSN.com, and it says Iowa is making it harder to be a low-income renter. So I'm going to show you why I'm bringing this up in conjunction with child support. Now, this could affect anybody, right? But I'm going to show you how they're going to single out African Americans or black women. And I'm going to show you black women once again why you need to try to make it work with your family. In other words, don't get pregnant by a man that you know is not good enough or you feel is not good enough to be your husband. And don't have sex with or keep having sex with a man that you know does not want to marry you. Otherwise, you will find yourself in the situation we're going to read about in this article. All right? The solution for child support is to keep your families together or don't have one. Let me say that again. Either stay single or don't have children, or when you have children, stay with the person till death do you part. And stop talking about all this fake co-parenting as if that's naturally how it's supposed to be. Again, I do know there are situations where people separate. But 72% of so-called black women being single mothers, that's unacceptable. And you have to blame yourself. Nobody told you to open your legs or bend over and get pregnant unless you were raped. You understand? So if you got pregnant voluntarily, you didn't use birth control, condoms, abstinence, whatever you could have used, right? Then stop talking about these men being deadbeats when actually your behavior is just as bad, if not worse, because you have so many forms of birth control which you choose not to use. But you think you don't have to be responsible because you think the government is going to be your husband and is going to make the man pay child support even though you treat him like shit. And you also think the government is going to take care of you and give you food stamps, SNAP, whatever you want to call it, WIC, and Section 8. So let's read this article. Iowa is making it harder to be a low-income renter. No Section 8 accepted. Now, this is an image of Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds. All right. So this is her listening to some advisory board meeting at the White House in June of 2020. So I just want you to see who this lady is, the governor of Iowa, right? Anyway, I don't know anything about her, so I don't have anything good or bad to say about her. It's a familiar refrain to low-income renters searching for a place to live. The four-word phrase signals one of the last, mostly legal forms of overt housing discrimination, commonly referred to as source of income discrimination. Landlords across the nation often refuse to accept tenants who attempt to pay rent with help from the federal government's Section 8 housing voucher program. Let me read that again. Landlords across the nation often refuse to accept tenants who attempt to pay rent with help from the federal government's Section 8 housing voucher program. So your husband, the government, is not going to take care of you. Okay, let's keep going. Now, Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds, Republican, has put the nearly 40,000 Section 8 recipients in her state in jeopardy of getting those notices by signing a new law that ensures cities and counties can no longer protect their residents from this subtle form of discrimination. So in other words, this governor here in Iowa, and she's probably not going to be the only one across the nation, is passing laws, right, to make it where cities and counties cannot or can no longer protect their residents. So she passing a law where they can discriminate against you, woman, and especially so-called black woman, African American woman, who likes to call your man a deadbeat, or who likes to get pregnant irresponsibly and then demand in child support court that he is responsible, as if you didn't commit the same irresponsible act or sin that he committed. You understand? Or worse. Section 8 housing is the government's largest low-income rental assistance program, according to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. 5.2 million people nationwide receive vouchers from the program that cover some portion of their rent. The program is chronically underfunded, so only 1 in 5 households that are eligible to receive assistance actually do, the Urban Institute has found. And just as a side note, I'm not here to demonize or insult somebody, right? Or let's say make fun of anybody who may be on Section 8. That's not what this is about, all right? All I'm saying is, you ladies that think the government is going to be your husband and take the place of your child's father, right? That may be taken away from you at any time. They don't owe you anything, all right? So you need to start respecting that man. Because if you don't, the Most High himself, right? He may allow you to reap what you have sown. Since you have disrespected your head, which is that child's father or those children's father, whether you married to him or not, he's the head of that household when it comes to his children. So don't demand that he go according to the scripture where he takes care of his family, right? But you don't have to do what the hell he says in regards to the children. You should submit to his authority and stop treating him like shit. And you do that because your bad attitude is tolerated. Well, I ain't got to put up with that. I just put his ass on child support. Get Section 8. Well, when they take Section 8 from your ass, then you're going to have to hope you get child support and hope it's enough to pay for you somewhere to stay and the child. So just keep talking. And again, some men kill the child's mother and the children, like that guy that worked at McDonald's. I'm bringing it up again. So don't think everybody is going to take your bullshit, or some of these men just going to start throwing straight jabs and right hooks and lay your ass out. You want to do everything except respect the man. That's why I'm coming at you like this. Because a change is coming. You think the world is going back to normal after the coronavirus pandemic? Think again. It's going to always be something different from now on. It's not going back to the way it was, right? Let's keep going. Because that's a slightly different topic, but it is related. So, for the lucky few who do make the cut, that's those who actually do get the Section 8, that 1 out of 5 households that are eligible, it's not a one-way ticket to a home. So you might get Section 8 and still don't get a house to live in, or a home, we should say. Recipients have to go and find a place that fits the program's requirements. Some of you may know this already, some of you may not. But I'm educating you right now so you can know that this is not the end-all, be-all, nor is it a reason for you to put your hand on your hip and disrespect those children or that child's father. You better try to work with him in harmony and get him out of that damn child support system if you got him in it. And men, simply do what the scripture says, right? Whether you believe in the scriptures or not, because you should believe in nature. If that's your child, then you should be willing to spend time with that child, provide for that child, right? Without being a criminal, though. You shouldn't be labeled a criminal because you're a father. So just take care of your children because that's what your creator would have you to do. That's what nature would have you to do. Not because some damn magistrate who's getting paid and can't do any other type of work to take care of himself and his children tells you to do. Let's keep going. And it's at this point that the source of income discrimination comes into effect. So you got to meet the requirements to even get this stuff. According to the National Multifamily Housing Council, this type of housing discrimination remains illegal in the majority of the nation. So understand that most places, they can discriminate against you if you own Section 8, right? Which some are calling source of income discrimination. Basically, if your money is coming from the government, the landlord can be like, I don't want to help these poor people. Or I don't want to help these niggas. I'm making it plain, right? Or I don't want to help these poor white trash, because there may be some that discriminate against you regardless of your color, just because you're poor. So they might call you poor white trash if you white. They might call you a nigger if you black, or a ghetto, right? But it's discrimination nonetheless. So if these phrases bother you, poor white trash, nigger, and all of that, then I will try to limit the amount of it that I say going forward in future videos. But I try to use these words just to keep it real with people, right? Not trying to insult anybody, but this is what's going on in this world. Behind closed doors, people are calling you niggas. They're calling you poor white trash, and that's why they don't want you living in their houses or their apartments, okay? Because they don't like the type of people on Section 8 because of all the stereotypes, whether the stereotypes are all true or not. But let's keep going. Although some states and localities have begun to fight it, so that discrimination is being fought in some states and localities. On Friday, Reynolds and the Republican-controlled Iowa legislature enacted a bill that will have the state join Texas and Indiana in barring localities from enacting laws that stop landlords from discriminating against Section 8 renters. Now, I got to read that again carefully, because when you use a lot of nots and no's and negatives, you may not understand what was being said. It says on Friday, meaning this past Friday. And by the way, today is Wednesday, May 5th, 2021. So this video is being recorded Wednesday, May 5th, 2021. So on Friday, which was the Friday that just passed, Reynolds and the Republican-controlled Iowa legislature enacted a bill that will have the state join Texas and Indiana in barring localities from enacting laws that stop landlords from discriminating. They want to pass laws to make it where landlords can discriminate, is what they're saying. So some places are putting in laws where the landlord can't say, you on Section 8, I'm sorry, I don't want you to live here. They're making laws so that the landlord cannot be stopped from blocking your ass. So they want the landlord to be able to say, I don't want you here if you own Section 8. They're going to join Texas and Indiana in barring localities, meaning local counties and cities, from enacting or making laws that stop landlords from discriminating. So understand, they're trying to make it worse than it already is, because it says this type of housing discrimination remains legal in the majority of the nation already. And they're trying to pass laws to make sure it stays that way, or to possibly extend it to even more localities and states. Understand that. So not only will the state refuse to protect very low income renters from this type of discrimination, but it won't let localities enact protections either. They're trying to stop your local city or county government from helping you get somewhere to live. This is why you need to focus on a strong family if you're going to have one. If you're going to have a child or children, you need to try to be a family with that man or with that woman that you have the child by. And if that is absolutely not possible because you two just cannot get along, then at least let that man be the head in his children's lives and act like you the wife according to the time when it's regarding those children. In your private life, do what you want. But in regards to those children, let that man be the head, work together, because the government is not your friend. You just think it is because you getting paid in child support court. But when they kick your ass out of your Section 8 housing or won't let you in, you're going to understand how much of a friend you have. All right? According to the Des Moines Register, 3 cities, Des Moines, Iowa City, and Marion, currently have anti-source of income discrimination laws on the books. Okay? So they're trying to stop it. And these cities have until 2023 to adjust to the new law. So they got 2 years to go ahead and say, okay, landlords, you can discriminate and not rent to people who are on Section 8. So in those places that they just named, these 3 cities, you might have a little help for the next 2 years. Then time's up. This is part of a trend of Republican states preempting laws made by their more liberal cities. Hold on here. From being enacted or enforced. In Tennessee, legislators barred localities from enacting certain housing reforms, a law widely seen as targeting the more liberal Nashville laws. In Montana, legislators are attempting to do the same to invalidate the city of Billings laws. And in Indiana, some legislators have waged a protracted battle against bus rapid transit in Indianapolis. Iowa's move will likely make it even harder for Section 8 recipients to find housing. And it could be opening the door to discrimination based on race, disability, and familial status. Oh, familial status. In other words, if your family is not intact and you're a woman with a bunch of children on Section 8, we don't want your ass living here. So they can discriminate against you on based on the status of your broken family. I told you in the previous video, the one that's called The Truth Shall Make You Free from Child Support Greed, Part 1. This will be Part 2. And I may upload pieces of this or videos in the future with specific topics that are covered in here so you can find the exact topic. Like if it's focused on Section 8, if it's focused on judicial canons, if it's focused on what is a debt and agreement, so on and so forth. But understand, your familial status matters. But you think it's okay to break up your family so long as you getting that damn child support check, WIC vouchers, food stamps, SNAP, Section 8, stimulus checks, whatever it is. Okay, keep on thinking that. And when you're totally dependent on the government, then they're going to show you how they really feel about you and make you do certain things, or they're going to cut your ass off. Just like that. And I'm saying it rough like that because that's how you treat men in court. You tell them they're going to pay a certain amount or they're going to go to jail or they're going to have this taken and that taken. And you don't even let them see their damn children. So now the government is going to treat you like shit. So should I be sad? Should I feel empathetic or sympathetic for you? Not really. I hope your children have somewhere to stay because they didn't ask for this BS. Hey, but if the head is sick, so is the whole body. See, your children, unlike you, woman, especially so-called black woman, but any stubborn woman for that matter, that wants to be the man when it comes time to get paid, but you don't want to be the man when it comes time to pay. You understand? You want to be the head and run your damn mouth and talk crazy. But your children don't have the luxury to become the head. Unfortunately, by nature and by law, they have to stay under your ignorant ass rule and suffer the detriment of whatever bad choices you make. But you as a woman feel that you have the legal and lawful right to not do what the man says and fuck up the family structure. So because you're an idiot, and in some cases, maybe he is a deadbeat who actually physically doesn't want his children. But that's a different subject. Because I know that if you stop treating men like shit and give them a chance to be a real father and build a bond, you understand? A paternal bond with his child or children, he will do what he's supposed to do. Let's keep going. There is a lot of evidence that Section 8 vouchers reduce homelessness and alleviate poverty. I'm not shocked by that. I mean, it's obvious if somebody needs somewhere to stay and you paying their rent that they gonna not be homeless. In her reporting for Vox, Stephanie Wickstra, or Wykstra, however you say it, highlighted studies showing that housing vouchers help prevent homelessness and increase long-term health and economic outcomes of children in low-income families. And Vox's Dylan Matthews covered a fascinating study that showed how, with help, some housing voucher recipients were able to find housing in high-opportunity neighborhoods. I wonder what they mean by that. I mean, a neighborhood with a good school, where they got good jobs, where people are not getting shot right down the street, where the crack house is not on the next block. Maybe that's what they mean by high opportunity neighborhoods, where children have significantly better chances at a prosperous future. Hendren estimates that the lifetime benefit to a newborn child of moving from a low to high opportunity neighborhood is about $210,000 in additional income, or an 8.1% increase in lifetime earnings. Just as a side note, you see how these people study your whole life? They looking at lifetime earnings and everything based on where you live. And your familial status is what you don't know. People who come from broken homes have a more difficult time, usually, earning money throughout life. So keeping your family intact not only keeps you out of child support court, it'll actually give you a better opportunity to do better by your children, right? So if you really want to do what's in the best interest of children, treat both parents equally and get this damn parasite child support court out of your life. In 2018, you know what? Let me skip down some because this is a lot. I'm not going to go through all of that. I think that's enough. I want to go down to where they talk specifically to black women now, right? I want you to see this. And again, maybe they do this to white women too. I don't know. They might call you poor white trash behind your back and not want to rent to you. But let's watch this here. But there is also anecdotal evidence that landlords may be using source of income discrimination as a cover for other illegal forms of discrimination. So some of the part that I skipped past for sake of time is that they don't like to deal with all the government red tape and excessive policies and inspections and all of the hoops that the government makes a landlord jump through in order to rent to Section 8 people. In other words, it's not always racism or discrimination, right? Or elitism, just not wanting to help poor people. It's that the government makes it too hard for landlords to meet all the qualifications in order to rent to a Section 8 person. But what they're saying here, there is also anecdotal evidence that landlords may be using source of income discrimination as a cover for other illegal forms of discrimination. Sharita, a Section 8 voucher recipient who lives in Memphis, Tennessee, where a bunch of black women is at, with her 6 children, right? So Sharita thought she gonna be good with her 6 children. Obviously, the father is not with her or them. Sharita told me earlier this year that she's experienced frequent discrimination. You understand? So her government husband is not taking very good care of her. Oh yeah, he might treat the children's father or fathers like shit, Assuming she had all 6 by the same man, we'll say father. But we know it's very likely that it's multiple fathers. Because if you can't keep one house together, you probably gonna go somewhere else and make another split house. Landlords and property managers have told her, watch this here, to stop having kids. You understand? Let me read this again. Sharita, who is a Section 8 voucher recipient who lives in Memphis, Tennessee, with her 6 children, where the father is not in their lives for whatever reason, but I bet she got his ass or their asses on child support, where she treats him like shit. Let's see how her husband, the government now, treats her. They told Sharita earlier this year, Sharita told the interviewer earlier this year that she's experienced frequent discrimination. Here we go. Landlords and property managers have told her to stop having kids. This is why I tell you to keep your family intact. This is how they really feel about you, black woman. Right? And look, they made racist comments. Sorry, I'm trying to highlight it. They made racist comments like, I hope your baby daddy's not a thug. You can't make this stuff up. So if this is hurting her feelings and she's getting mad, maybe it'll help if you would stop labeling all these black men as deadbeats and thugs, right? You participating in that stigma by not giving him a fair chance to be a father. And yes, give him a chance for more than 1 week. Because I guarantee you seduced him for more than 1 week. I guarantee you gave him more than one chance to look at your ass, your thighs, your breast. You understand? Let's just keep it real. You put on makeup, fake eyebrows, fake eyelashes, fake fingernails, hip huggers and shape-shifting lingerie and underclothes and all kind of stuff. Fake hair or real hair, whatever it is. All kind of stuff to lure the man in. But how many things do you do to lure him to stay there and be a father? How sweet do you talk to him when it comes to getting him to provide for your children? Or do you talk tough since you feel the government, your husband, is going to take care of your ass? So no, if Sharita is this kind of woman, which she probably is, I'm just keeping it 100. She probably is the type that'll run her damn mouth against these children's father or fathers, talking about what she ain't got to do and what she don't need. That's why you got 6 children and no damn husband. Unless you're a widow, it makes no damn sense for you to have 6 children and no husband. Either you got raped 6 times, or you had sextuplets, meaning you had all 6 at one time, or you had children and the husband died. Besides that, it makes no damn sense. Let's keep going. They told her to stop having kids and made racist comments like, I hope your baby daddy's not a thug, and insinuated that she could be connected to a gang. You understand? This is what your government, which you think is going to be your husband in place of the child's father, this is what they think about your black ass. Right. That's what they think about you. But you help them think that. You expect them to think highly of a woman with 6 children and no damn husband? I don't give a damn about the Me Too movement. I don't give a damn what's going on in this fake matrix world you living in. It is not a compliment, nor does it look good, because it's not good for a woman to have 6 damn children and no husband, especially if she's not a widow. Okay, if she's a widow, that's something different. That means the man died. If she had sextuplets, right, got pregnant and had 6 children all at once, which is a rare thing. But usually you getting pregnant one child at a time. And during each one of these pregnancies, you still didn't learn that you need to have a husband before your ass keep getting pregnant. And you want to call the man a deadbeat. But see, if one man got 6 different women pregnant, he'll be paying 6 damn child support cases, right? And would not have the means or the ability to keep doing that dumb shit. But when the woman has 6 children, she gets Section 8. And they say she needs help. Do you see how you help the woman, but you don't do a damn thing for the man? The woman is the goddamn deadbeat. Close your damn legs. I'm going to say it again like I did in the other video. Birds have more sense than your ignorant ass. A bird will not lay eggs for a male bird that does not build a goddamn nest. Do you understand that? Birds lay eggs in nests. They don't lay them on the street because they know they need a nest because Section 8 is not going to provide a nest for them. You understand? Section 8 ain't going to provide a nest for them. So they got to fly up high in the tree and build the nest up high so that humans can't get up there and bother their eggs. Every once in a while, you find the nest is lower to the ground. But if there are tall trees available, they're going to fly up high to keep their eggs high off the ground so you can't get to them because they have brains. So never call somebody a bird brain when you got 6 damn children and no husband and you're not a widow and you didn't have sextuplets. All right? And you didn't get raped either. Now what? That means you willingly got pregnant 6 damn times. A woman has to carry a child for approximately 9 months. I'm saying approximately, some of them is premature, etc., etc. I know going through labor, although I'm a man, I know going through labor is a painful experience. I don't have to be a woman to know that they go through pain when they go through labor. None of those pregnancies or deliveries made you feel like you might need some help, like you might need to submit to a man and stop running your big ass mouth. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to believe it's always the man's fault that you're a single mom. Okay, well, let's keep going. Since it's always the man's fault, keep on putting up with this right here, what I'm going to read. I hope your baby dad is not a thug, and insinuated that she could be connected to a gang. She also says that the Public Housing Authority's rules were confusing, right? That means you have to read. You're going to have to read and study their rules, right? So you're going to spend time studying something. You're either going to study in school to learn how to get your own money, study to learn how to start your own business, or study to learn how to be a good wife and have a husband in the house with the children. That will make things a little easier, right? They were confusing and difficult to comply with. Hey, it's difficult to comply with it, or 6 child support orders. They might tell him he owes $600 a month for each damn child. That's $3,600 a month. How the hell he gonna live like that unless he's affluent or rich, right? So, hey, these rules are confusing and difficult to comply with, just like them damn child support orders. Inside the short window she was given to find housing before the voucher expired. Oh yeah, these vouchers expire. So you got to find a house in a limited period of time. I don't know what that time period is. I would have to look it up. But understand, with the discrimination that's going on, that might be difficult. Quote, it just seems like there's discrimination against Section 8. This is still Sharita from Memphis, Tennessee talking. It hurts. I was not able to sleep. I couldn't eat. Crying every day. And I was constantly calling, meaning trying to get somewhere to live for her and her 6 children. You need a nest after you done laid 6 eggs is what's going on. And it was so hard, Sharita said. I felt like I had to settle. To settle means to accept what you can get, although you want something better. Right? Because I didn't have any options. You mean just like those men don't have any options, or at least don't know that they have options, when you put their ass on child support and still don't let them see his damn children? Right. And Section 8 Public Housing Authority didn't help me at all. That's in Memphis, Tennessee, where it's mostly black people. You understand? So if you can't get help in Memphis, you think you're going to get some help in Iowa from her? I doubt it. You are not going to get help. So, what should you do? You need to work on building a strong family more than just trying to get some damn child support money, thinking that that's going to solve all your problems. Because it's not. It is not. And this is even worse during the pandemic when people are getting evicted. You understand? People are getting evicted because they don't have the money to pay their rent. It's rough. This reminds me of that song from Hustle and Flow. Hard out here for a pimp. You know it's hard out here for a pimp. You ain't no nigga. I'm trying to get this money for the rent. Woo! That's the realest song ever, boy. Trying to get this money for the rent. For the Cadillac and gas money spent. It's gonna be a whole lot of bitches jumping ship. So, this sister, Sharita, and her 6 children, on a personal level, of course I don't want the children to be homeless, right? The point of me going here is because I wonder how much energy and effort she put into keeping the child's father or children's fathers in their lives. Or did she just talk smack and treat them like shit and just say, I'm going to get child support, food stamps, and Section 8? Yeah, you know what it is. You know more than likely she ran her big ass mouth. You know it. You damn right I'm prejudging. If you think this is prejudging, damn right. Because I know how these so-called Negroes are, okay? Because I done heard you talk. I done grew up around you. You understand? This is not Billy from the suburbs talking. I'm talking to my own people. So stop the madness and take care of your own business. One moment. All right. So I'm going back to the scripture on you. This is the truth that shall make you free. Psalm chapter 118, verses 8 through 9. This is the King James Version. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. See, that government that's discriminated against Sharita in Memphis for Section 8, that's the confidence in man. That's a man-made government. The only true government is the government of the Most High. Okay? Everything else is a copy, a carbon copy. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in princes. See? That's the government. That's what it's talking about. But let's get some more. I'm going to look for... Let's see if I can find it. Okay, give me one moment. Okay, we're looking at Jeremiah chapter 17, verses 5 through 8. This is the New King James Version. Thus says the Lord, cursed is the man who trusts in man and makes flesh his strength, whose heart departs from the Lord. You want to trust in the damn government to take care of you and your 6 children while you talk crazy and disrespect the man who fathered those children, right? But you humbled yourself when he was getting you pregnant. You seduced him before and during the time he was getting you pregnant. But now that you have his children, you feel tough. You don't need a man. So you want to trust in the damn government. And that's why you cursed. That's why you're always fighting in child support court, family court, Section 8, being discriminated against. You still don't have any respect. Your children still poor, still doing poorly in school, still have a poor outlook on life. And you only want to help girls now. Let me bring that out about what the government is doing for so-called black people. You notice they only want to help black women and black girls. They don't want to do a damn thing to help black men or black boys be successful. They don't want to help black men or black boys start their own business. They don't want to help you become an inventor, right? A manufacturer, a scientist, an engineer. You understand? But you want to help her and she and them do all these damn businesses. You don't want to help black men and boys do anything but pay taxes, work at these damn weak-ass warehouses and factories, pay child support, pay bills, right? And that's why you cursed. Because you trust the damn government and you hate your own men. Facts. And for those of you who are not black or not so-called Negroes, right? Understand that if you do the research, you will see that it's true. This country don't want to help a black man do a damn thing but be in debt or in prison or dead. Now, if you get killed like George Floyd, then they'll protest for you. But I bet you if George Floyd was alive and was saying that he needed $50,000 for investments, right, to start his own security business or whatever, how many of you niggas would have invested the money? What government association would have given him the grant that he needed? Not a damn one. But if he was a woman, you may do it. If he was a man who wanted to be a woman, let's take it there too. You will donate to that shit too. But a real man, you don't want to help with a goddamn thing. Because you wicked as hell, just like this government. But this truth is going to set you free. So if you want that man to take care of his children, get him out of that goddamn child support court and give him the authority that God gave him. Otherwise, you're going to stay cursed. And I hope you do. You don't deserve no goddamn Section 8 when you treat the man like shit who fathered the children. You don't deserve no fucking food stamps when you treat men like shit and cause them to have to do crimes and shit, having bad credit just because they got a goddamn child who they can't even see, even though they pay your ass child support 5 and 6 fucking years, and you hiding their child from them. I know cases like that. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Crazy as hell. So the scripture says you cursed. You understand? With all you fake ass Christians. Never seen a country with so many goddamn Christians that treats black men like shit. Christianity is slavery, by the way. The modern Christian church is slavery. And that's what's wrong with a lot of you women today too. Again, especially you black women. The Christians enslaved your ass. That was a Christian who burnt that cross in the yards of niggas before they hung them or burned their houses down. Those were Christians who brought their ass to the Americas and killed millions of Native Americans. Those were Christians who were cutting babies out of black women's stomach. Those were Christians who were raping your ass on the plantation while his white wife was in the house. Jealous. So anybody want to talk about being a goddamn Christian, you need to look at the real history of that shit. That's what's wrong with our families. You got to leave the Christian church of today so you can meet God. Because God is not at their churches. Facts. So, I believe I'm going to cut this off right here. This will be The Truth Shall Make You Free from Child Support Greed, Part 2. And I'm not sure exactly how many parts it'll be. But understand something. If you take heed to what's being said in here, men and women, and that's no matter what your nationality is. Look at the principles of what I'm saying. Because I keep bringing up so-called black people, by the way, because you have a higher single mother rate than any other ethnicity. 72% or more. It's a damn shame. If you don't do it God's way, and you women keep trying to be the head, your family is going to stay broken. I don't give a shit what the court says. Men, not real men are never going to bow to your haughty ass. Facts. You know what? I thought it was going to be the last verse, but no, I need to get at least one more. I need to get at least one more because some of y'all think this is a game. We going to Isaiah chapter 3. Now you watch this here. Isaiah chapter 3. Matter of fact, I'm going to just pull up only verse 12 so you can see that on the screen clearly. Isaiah chapter 3 verse 12 in the New King James Version. As for my people, children are their oppressors. These young dumbass gang bangers in the so-called black neighborhoods, right? And also the wicked ass child support system. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. This is not a good thing. God is mentioning children oppressing men and women ruling over them. So women and children are ruling over men. That's why you got a damn WIC vouchers. WIC stands for women, infants, and children. But they say they want to help the family. But they don't give a fuck about the father. How do you help a father how do you help families if you don't help men? You won't do a damn thing for a black man, but you pretend to care about his 6 children after he's gone. You pretend to care about the woman, the mother of the children, after he's gone. Why couldn't your punk ass help out with a little Section 8 while he was there? Maybe that'll help him have a little time to get a little education where he will be able to provide for his family. Why couldn't your punk asses help with this fake ass government, help with some food stamps while he was there? Then maybe that'll give him a chance to get on his feet while being in the house so he can take care of his family. You don't want that. You want him out of the house and the woman, the infants, and the children by themselves so you can be their husband so that you can oppress men with their children and so the women can rule over them. Oh, my people, those who lead you cause you to err. That means error. It's an error for women and children to matter more than men. Are you crazy? Men are supposed to be the head. Help them and they can take care of the damn family. Let me say it again. Help black men and then black men can take care of their own goddamn families and their community and their nation. Educate black boys and black men so that we can take care of our families. The hell is wrong with you? And destroy the way of your paths. This is the way of destruction. So I showed you in the first video in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, where Apostle Paul in the New Testament, who all of you love to quote, said that God is the head of Christ, and the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man. The head of the woman is the man. Now I'm showing you in the Old Testament that it is destruction and an error for women to rule over our men. That's why your ass is in trouble needing Section 8 and can't get it. That's why you arguing in court. Because no man should be under your wicked, haughty ass. You're crazy. Let me go to the regular King James Version. Let's see. Now I'm going to show a whole chapter. Now that you've seen that verse. It's Isaiah chapter 3. Let's see. Here we go. Verse 16. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, meaning proud, and walk with stretched forth necks, snapping your necks around, and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and make a tinkling with their feet. See? Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. That scab is when you black women perm your hair, and after your death, when they do an autopsy, you can see where it has burned to your brain. Some of you don't even know that. That's why your hair falling out, can't grow, bald spots, because you're killing it with that damn perm. But that's because you're haughty and you want to rule over men anyway. So that's why this type of shit keep happening to you. So your family is going to stay broken until you submit to men. So men, if she is not good enough to be your wife, she's not good enough to have sex with. If she won't submit her mouth before you have sex with her, she ain't going to submit it afterwards. Because once she get pregnant, she going to feel she has control. So if she won't shut her damn mouth while you're dating, don't marry that whore. If she won't shut her damn mouth while you're dating, do not marry her. You understand? If she has a big, bold ass mouth now, chances are she's not going to change it later after she has your children in her stomach. The hell you talking about? But if you want to overlook her big ass mouth, overlook her disrespect for you, just so you can get the booty, just so you can grab her breast and hit it from the back, I'm making it plain. That's what's wrong with you niggas. Always trying to get some damn sex, forgetting that you're going to have hell to pay after you get it. Now, let's get on that. Let's see. One moment. All right, so now we are in Proverbs chapter 2 in the New American Standard Bible. All right. Verse 1. My son, if you will receive my words and treasure my commandments within you. And I'm using different versions of the Bible because I know some people use different stuff, but let's just skip on down here. One moment. Verse 15. Whose paths are crooked and who are devious in their ways. Watch this here. To rescue you from the strange woman. See, right now, I'm giving you the words of wisdom from King Solomon because I am trying to rescue you from the strange woman. Now, who is this strange woman? From the foreign woman who flatters with her words. So that's talking about somebody of a different race as well, or a different ethnicity. But understand something. Some of these women of your own people are strange. So keep looking. From the foreign woman who flatters with her words. See, she talk nice and flattering before you get her pregnant, before she can put you in child support court. Who leaves the companion of her youth and forgets the covenant of her God. These whores don't care about God. They shaking their ass. You don't even have to go to a strip club. You can just go to Walmart. You can just walk down the street and they half naked. You can go on social media and they'll bend it over for you for free in your damn Facebook stream. You understand? Let's keep it real. And forgets the covenant of her God. For her house sinks down to death, and her tracks lead to the dead. You understand? There are some men who get killed messing with these whores. So you may be fortunate that all you have lost is some child support payments, because you could have lost your damn life. But nonetheless, that still doesn't make it fun. None who go to her return. I want you to see that in verse 19. none who go to her return. Nobody comes back. You understand? So, while she's flattering you with her words, right? Just know what's coming after that. All right, and I got one more scripture for you men. And again, this will help you no matter what your ethnicity. All right? Proverbs chapter 5, starting at verse 3. For the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb. You ever seen those movies or commercials where they show water or milk or honey or whatever it is dripping from something to look so good and so sweet? Or they have water or juice dripping from the woman's lips? You understand? For the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb. When you see that honey dropping down, it looks so golden. The sun is shining. It looks sweet. You understand? Because it is sweet. And her mouth is smoother than oil. That's why they have all this damn lip gloss. You understand? Smooth lips, smoother than oil. Right? Look like a damn honeycomb. It looks so sweet. Watch this here though. But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. You gonna get cut. You will get cut. Now what's gonna happen after you get cut? Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. She's leading you to death and hell. Do you understand? They don't teach this in the public school system, right? Because they'll say it comes up under religion. They also don't teach you law and civics in the public school system to keep your ass out of child support court, do they? Or divorce court. So I'm showing you right here. So again, the truth shall make you free from child support greed. All right, this is part 2. Share this with your nephews, your sons, your little brother. You understand? Watch it yourself. Even if you already have a child, it can help you not make the mistake twice. Show it to as many brothers and sisters, right? Because they need help too. But if you brothers get this message, you can shut this shit down. So do you want that honeycomb? You want that sweet, smooth mouth with that sword that's going to take you to death and hell? Right? Or do you want to get a virtuous woman? Right? A good woman who wants to be a wife. See, her lips might be sweet too. Her mouth might be smooth too. But her spirit is going to be sweet and smooth as well. She not going to have that two-edged sword for your ass. Her feet don't go down to death if she's a virtuous woman who actually wants to submit, wants to be a wife, doesn't want to treat you like shit, but actually wants you to be a man and be the leader that God, your creator, meant for you to be. And she also knows that that doesn't make her less of a person. That means she's doing a good job as a wife, as a mother, as a woman, and that nobody is saying she's stupid, but somebody has to be the head. You understand? The way they have women thinking today and the way they have hoodwinked our black women, it's like saying it's a dishonor to be vice president because you're not the president. Right now, you got President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. So although they're not husband and wife and they two different ethnicities, I'm still going to use this example. If the husband is the president and the wife is the vice president, does that mean that the president treats the vice president like shit? Does that mean he's slapping her around and going upside her head? Hell no. It just means that he has the higher authority when it comes to making certain decisions. It doesn't mean he doesn't care at all what she thinks. So just because I'm saying the man is the head doesn't mean he's going to be slapping you around and treating you like shit, because the Most High not going for that either. That's a fact. Not supposed to be putting your hand on these sisters. But it would help if the sisters would shut their damn mouth sometime and listen and stop trying to run the house. So you need to think of your marriage sort of like a president and vice president instead of thinking like him versus her. But if you don't, take heed to these words, because these are not my words. These words are the Most High. I'm not the creator. This Bible existed way before I was born. You understand? If you don't listen, you will continue to get cut with this two-edged sword right after you get that sweet honeycomb mouth that's smoother than oil. And you women going to be begging for Section 8, crying and shit because they don't help you as much as you thought once you get pregnant for the 6th time. You still going to be struggling. And they're going to be calling you nigger or thug or hood rat and all of that when you're trying to get housing for you and your children. So, you make the choice. Educate yourself now spiritually, physically, study the law, get you a trade, get you an associate degree, a certificate, a bachelor's degree, whatever you can get. You understand? There's no shame in whatever education you can get. You got to get what suits you and what fits your circumstances and what matches well with your skill set and your talents and natural abilities. That's what you got to do. So with that, I'm going to say, have a good day and stay free.